I'm not sure about the opponent, but Aaron Tadigalo Daniels, I can't even get his nickname right, but I watched him come into Ludington here, I don't know, must have been October, November last year, and he come in and did a full jump and came down and hyperextended both of his knees. We had to call an ambulance to take him away.
Are you kidding me?
No, that's the kid right here in the right fighting out of the blue corner. He's not as wild and crazy coming into the ring. He's had quite a few amateur fights. I'm not sure what his record is. I think he's closing in on 20 fights. He holds a couple of belts.
Wow.
It's but here he is, first fight of the evening. So that shows you what kind of a card we've got.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I mean, at the same time, I believe you have to imagine a gentleman that hyperextends 2 knees in one fight and continues in his amateur career has a hunger for it, that says something about the character of a man. So give the guy all the credit in the world. And like you said, man, he's in here battling, continuing on.
Well, Aaron gets taken down, goes in, tries to get a takedown, gets taken down, ends up on the bottom. Now a nice reversal.
Yeah, beautiful transition.
Trying to get the legs in. Got one leg in, but kind of just doesn't seem.
Took the mount on him, man.
Sure did. Sure got a full mount on him.
Oh, nice reversal from the back. It's always nice, man, when these guys are fresh and they're not slippery or anything. The transitions are so quick in the very, very beginning of a fight. So give them time to kind of warm up a little bit here and get greased up, and then you'll really see. Oh, nice attempt there for a strike. And a lot of rolling going on.
Another nice roll. One thing I do notice with some of these kids is, they don't have the jiu-jitsu background. They don't feel. A lot of those guys, I was watching a lot of jiu-jitsu training up in Newego at Basai, and Pete up there, he takes it really easy and he works in a slow motion with these newbies, and for them to be able to feel what's going on, they also wear gis. And I've seen that the jiu-jitsu is very, very important to what we're doing here tonight. Gosh,
absolutely, because it's one thing to just grab a guy and try to lay on your back and feel like you understand what's going on, but in jiu-jitsu, and I think with any really strategic ground game tactic, every feeling, every leg on your left side or arm coming around your waist, it means something, and it gives you an opportunity for some type of opening. And that's where you really can exploit the guys that are inexperienced,
It really is, and for those guys that can take advantage of that, it's an extra tool in the toolbox. It's not always about the ground and pound. It's always working for a submission and trying to find your opponent's weakness.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's so exciting to see because, as you said, of course, we can't stop talking about Mr. Yates, but, anybody that has a lot of experience on the ground, it's so not about necessarily going for the quick elbow or the knockout. It's like you are patient and you will wait for that opening and wait for your opponent to make the mistake and be a reactor or, be the guy that makes the counterattack instead of necessarily always trying to be offensive and the aggressor, which is always everyone's initial reaction. Oh, I don't want to get hit. I want to, do whatever I can to get out of it. Oh, here we go. Looks like he's trying to lock up a triangle.
It is. That's a nice triangle. Kind of fell right into it. Looked like he was going to get taken over on his side, and nice leg
pull
triangle.
That head down. He's got to pull that head down, Tim.
He's looking like he's trying to pound a little bit there, but if he'd just take that head, pull that down, and get that tighter, it would work.
Oh man, nice way to end the round though for Daniels, no doubt about it.
Well, Aaron does exude some confidence at certain points, but if you see him starting to be taken advantage of and somebody stronger is dominating him, he curls up into a ball, but it looks like it's pretty well evenly matched match here tonight.
Yeah, I think his opponent there has a little bit of a reach advantage. James seemed to be definitely having the height on him, but it certainly didn't hurt Aaron from going for that choke.
Well, the crowd's slowly starting to fill in here. It looked like it was going to be an empty house when we first got started, but it's starting to fill in. We've got 250, probably, close to 300 people here tonight so far. I think there's a hockey game next door. What happens is we always get a lot of stragglers come over there, come from the hockey game and wander over this way, and usually we get louder crowds over here than we do at the hockey game.
I agree, and you have to think, I think one of the people visiting the hockey game comes over here on accident and realizes, wait a minute, this is quite a bit more exciting. Now, I'm a big fan of hockey, but ladies and gentlemen, you just can't compete with two guys getting in there trying to prove their worth. And
nice rolling. Nice rolling by the boys.
Get out of there.
Nice rolling. Well, Aaron Daniels used to be affiliated with the Muskegon Headbusters. Carol Ripley was in charge of that gym over there off of, I can't even remember the name of the road now, but the gym is closed. Fighters didn't pay their dues and couldn't keep the gym open, and I'll tell you what, these kids are looking for places to train and are having a hard time now in Muskegon.
Well, it's got to be tough. I mean, especially for the kids that are 100% dedicated to doing this, and it's like, that's one thing that you really can't express enough is just the determination to be a fighter in the amateur level. These guys are working jobs. I mean, they have lives outside of this too. It's not like they can dedicate 8-10 hours a day to train. So to really still continue with that after maybe a gym is closed, just goes to show you, the mental fortitude of these guys to continue to try to improve their career. And, whether or not they may be the most successful, some of them just love doing it. So as crazy as that is, bro, it's, just the way that it is.
And that's just fine. We need those guys. We need those guys to help support the base of this sport, is to have these guys spreading it to their friends, going, hey, come train at the gym and do that kind of stuff. That's what this level is right here. And you get up to those last 4 fights that we're going to have, and those are the guys that you could see could go to that next level.
Absolutely. And, I think they are both having to display every bit of wrestling and jiu-jitsu experience they have ever faced tonight against each other. Oh, he's going for a knee here.
Going for an ankle, something, or a leg of some kind. I'm not sure what he's trying to do with it, though.
Well, if he arches his back,
he could hyperextend
and pulls that leg back, he could have a nice knee bar here, but I'm not sure
right there.
What he's doing. Has he got it? You got to lean back, Aaron. Lean back, brother.
Yep, got to lean back and pull. Got to lean back and pull. You got to wrench on that ankle.
Yeah, those elbows to the back.
Those elbows to the thigh and elbows to the hips. A little retaliation now.
Absolutely.
Well, Aaron has definitely been the aggressor both rounds so far.
No doubt about it. He's looking good, man. I mean, especially compared to the last bout that I saw last year at last month at Knockout Promotions. He's looking confident. A loss does not affect this gentleman's stride whatsoever.
No, he's gonna continue to train and continue to come back, and that's the difference. We'll see the difference between this fighter, and we'll see the difference between a Dan Yates fighter with a guy that has a 8%. 10% body fat tops. These kids, like you said earlier, these kids don't have the time to train. They have to work full-time jobs, and a lot of these guys I've seen can't even afford mouthpieces or cups. And trying to make ends meet, trying to be a fighter, you gotta make your choices at some time.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The one thing I will say about these amateur fighters that I just can't really give them enough appreciation is just if you're really training, you're truly training to be an MMA fighter. The workouts are ridiculous. So just about keeping in shape. You can't say enough about how important it is to have your cardio up so that if you really want to go for 3-minute rounds. Now, okay, yeah, guess what? 9 minutes. That's not that long. Hell yeah, it is. When you're in there fighting with somebody, 2 minutes a minute is a long time. So to be able to stand up and really try to give everything you got for 9 minutes, or God forbid, you're in a title fight, you get to that stage in your career where you're fighting for 5 3-minute rounds, or you get to the big leagues, the pros, and you're fighting 5 5-minute rounds. It's unbelievable how much energy that takes out of you. So the conditioning is absolutely of the most importance to these guys.
Well, what we have said, that we've got some kids that train in our basement. They call themselves the Basement Boys. They've been very successful. We had a little break in the action because of a couple minor injuries, but they're going to get back at it on Monday. And what we tell the kids, just being parents and people who have been around the sport for quite a while, is cardio is the number one most important thing. You can always learn to fight. You can always learn to punch. You can't teach yourself cardio.
No doubt about it. I mean, come on, going a little bit ahead of ourselves here and talking about a professional that always comes to mind when it comes to cardio is somebody like Cain Velasquez. I mean, the guy weighs 200 plus pounds, and the guy can go nonstop for 25 minutes of a heavyweight fight. It's almost unheard of. So, something to motivate these young kids that may not necessarily be heavyweights, and those that are, of course, too, but younger. It's possible, and I know that it's easy to get gassed out, and you can't imagine unless you're in the cage letting that energy flow out of you and letting that lactic acid fill up your muscles where you feel like you just cannot move anymore. But it's possible if you put in that hard work, but I don't know if you can really explain how much you have to work to make that happen, Tim. It's just unbelievable.
It is. And to watch those guys that run and consistently run, and the cool down periods that they need to get the lactic acids to spread out throughout the body. It's incredible. This James Profit, Aaron Daniels fight comes to an end.
Absolutely.
Dave the Butcher, it's going to go to the judges. I think we know who the winner is going to be. I think they'll be the aggressor, and I think Aaron Daniels is going to be the one that's going to get his hand raised.
No doubt about it. I mean, you saw James kind of pounding the mat in frustration, but I love the respect that you get from both fighters. A lot of mutual respect, it's really nice. Yep, I just love seeing that respect, give each other a hug after the fight. Hard worked battle, regardless of who wins. At the end of the day, they worked the best they could. As you said, as you predicted, Aaron Daniels, definitely the aggressor, takes the victory, and they embrace each other in a hard-fought battle, man.
Well, what's funny about this, Adrian, is some of these kids, once this event is done, these guys will go have a beer together.
Absolutely.
How much better does it get than that?